Hey guys, Nick here with another 9 to 5 crypto episode. And today we're talking about some breaking news about Ripple possibly leading the way with regulatory framework for the crypto industry as a whole. Could this be a result from the SEC v Ripple case? Well, I like to think so, but I'll speculate more in there. Also, we have New York City real estate going for just Bitcoin. Yep, you have to buy it in Bitcoin. And finally, we have more charity donations happening from cryptocurrency investors. Yep, that's you. You guys are doing an awesome job out there. So if you like stories in about 5 minutes or less over the latest news, highlights, and fundamental project analysis, stay tuned because I got a story for you. Let's get rolling. Guys, for our first story, we're talking about Ripple outlining possible regulatory framework for crypto industry in US with their proposal. Yes, Ripple, the company whose executives have often criticized the United States' seeming lack of regulatory clarity. Looking at you, Gary, on the cryptocurrency industry, has outlined its own pragmatic framework. In a Tuesday post on its website, Ripple released its vision for a regulatory framework aimed at advancing innovation while protecting investors in the United States. So, there should be an active dialogue between regulators and market participants, they say. Ripple advocated for the proposed measures as a way to provide regulatory clarity in all of the crypto space in a way that an ad hoc regulation by enforcement approach simply can't. Hear that, Gary? You're doing something impossible. You shouldn't be trying to do it. Just stop, please. It's painful. In regards to the regulatory sandbox, the company said the safe harbor proposed by SEC Commissioner Hester Peirce, thank you, Hester Peirce, under which network developers would have a grace period to build without being subject to certain federal security laws, would be necessary to incentivize innovation. This is true, right? So if you're in a regulatory environment that's saying, hey, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't, develop your own cryptocurrency, and if you don't give us all your information and you don't, you have staking that we don't like and percentages that you're getting back in DeFi that we don't like, and there's just one thing we don't like about it, then you're just going to be outlawed here in the US. Well, that's going to push innovation outside the United States. So it's kind of anti-innovation, right? The firm said that the Security Clarity Act, or SCA, which would change the legal status of any assets sold as an investment contract to an investment contract asset, would help to provide regulatory clarity for cryptocurrencies. Here's an interesting part. In addition, the Digital Commodity Exchange Act would supplement the SCA when securities laws would not apply to certain token projects, essentially making them more like commodities. From a regulatory standpoint, the proposed legislation would give the Commodity Futures Trading Commission the authority to oversee digital assets exchanges handling such commodities. So now it's become kind of a discussion between, are we going to see a dichotomy between the SEC and CFTC and regulatory behaviors and regulation for the cryptocurrency space? Well, right here, the bill aims to clarify the role of the SEC and CFTC in the country's efforts to regulate crypto, but would also require the two agencies to establish a working group focused on digital assets. So it could be a new group, it could be a dichotomy between those groups. It'd be dichotomy of work between that group doing things that are exchange or things that are securities and things that aren't. There's also the article right here. I'm going to drop down in the link below, as well as all the news articles, as I always do, that breaks down their proposal step by step, but it's largely covered in that article as well. All right, for story number 2, crypto comes to New York City real estate, $29 million property offered exclusively in Bitcoin. Yep, $29 million worth of property being bought up potentially in Bitcoin. First commercial property in New York is being put up on the market for digital coin. Magnum Real Estate Group is selling 3 retail condos complete with a fully rented out retailed bottom floor in Manhattan Upper East Side for $20 million, but will only accept Bitcoin. That's pretty cool. There's a demand for real estate, and there's nothing being offered to crypto holders. Ben Shao, managing partner of Magnum Real Estate Group, told Yahoo Finance, "Our idea is to offer something that's unique, and it truly is, and to try to pair the holders of crypto with those who want to sell real estate." Wow. So transactions in Bitcoin have some efficiencies and advantages. It means the process settles the next business day, roughly, instead of the typical 30 to 90 days, and the buyer sends their cryptocurrency from a digital wallet to BitPay's wallet, which there's more, details on exactly how that works right here. But the point is that, hey, you're moving processes that are slow, non-automated to automation, right? Decentralized automation. And I think that's the important part. When you're able to settle business agreements, contracts, whatever, payments, etc., quickly and efficiently, that's going to be where the future heads towards. So, all right, guys. Well, let me know what you think about that article. And do you plan on buying any real estate in the future? Do you plan on using crypto? Let me know down in the comments below. All right. So for the third story, we're talking about charities see more crypto donations. Who is benefiting? This is just a cool feel-good story. So far this year, Fidelity Charitable, the nation's largest grant maker, has received more than $274 million in cryptocurrency contributions, nearly quadruple its prior record of $69 million in 2019, according to a company spokesman. Wow, 4 times as much. Now, here's a negative part, and of course, Gary Gensler's part of it. The chairman of the SEC said in September investors lacked enough protection in the cryptocurrency market, which he called rife with fraud and scams and abuse, and compared it to the Wild West. And no, not the Wild Wild West with Will Smith, even though that'd be better, but the Wild West of crypto where everything's a scam and there's fraud everywhere and Gary's here to protect you. Do you feel protected by Gary? Let me know in the comments below. I'm going to say no. Anyhow, what's interesting is that cryptocurrencies are an attractive asset to donate because they allow donors to bypass the capital gains tax. So what is this really about, Gary? Protecting investors or maybe tying up some loose ends and making sure people can't bypass tax laws? I don't know. When Ethereum co-founder Vitalik Buterin donated $1 billion worth of Shiba Inu, known as the meme or joke coin, to the India COVID relief fund in May, the disclosure over the transfer drove down the token's price by 50%. So that's another potential issue, is just the volatility of crypto in doing this donation and such. Now it leads to a discussion. Do you as a charity hold on to this for long term, believing in the macro trend of crypto going up? Or do you cash it out right away to, avoid volatility? Well, guys, that's basically the article there. But let me know what you would do as a charity down in the comments below. Hold on to it for the long-term trend or just cash it out quick. Take those donations. Also, let me know what you think about Ripple's regulatory framework. I'm going to link all these articles down below. And until next time, guys, remember, coffee's on me.